All right, this is XX Howling XX along with, and we are commentating an ESDL match today between Useless Car and FF15. They must have. Katarina Valkaz. So Tom Kinch is gone. Lee Sin gone. Tom Kinch, of course, really strong in the meta today. Very strong. So who's our third man? Jarvan the fourth. That that's a good band. Especially if you have like a late game jungler, he will punish you early. Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath. Okay. Okay, so we have a Kali mid. Ooh, Aloy. With her buffs recently, she's gonna be tough to beat. Oh, Amamu too? Yeah. Amumu, sorry. I always call him. That's always my like ah. Just the way you pronounce it. Cassio. Okay. Very. Now. Yeah, that's I've I've dealt with it. It's not fun for us. It's fun for the Akali. It's major fun for the Akali. Oh, I'm just gonna walk in the middle of your team and press R and watch all of you die. That's fun. Hilarious. But if you look at Team FF15, they are they are very, very tanky. All of them are very tanky, which makes me wonder who their ADC is. Le- Because all of that protection will go good with a Vayne. Yorick. Or Zaya. Or Zaya. That's a good one. Oh, but Sivir. I'm a little concerned for Useless Car. A little bit. Oh, correct. But the problem is getting into it. The only person they have to initiate safely is Vi. Casio- Cassiopeia could use ult, but she'd have to catch them all. Akali is not a good engager, and Soraka is definitely not a good engager. I'd like to see another tank from Useless Car. That way you could protect Sivir as she does more damage. But as it looks now, our team fight correct. Now I understand she has the ability to take one of those skills away, and that's good. But escaping a team fight is way more than one skill coming at you, and you're gonna get hit by something. Yeah, and his ult as well to just balance you and knock you around. So the way the engage looks, it looks like FF15. If they don't give it away in the early game, because Useless Cars team comp is completely early game. Their early game will be ridiculous, but correct. Then that's a wrap. Then that wraps the game up because then you have so many late game champions on the side of FF15. So that's how I'm looking at it because they have and then with the two teleports as well, two teleports, they can easily start a fight, move away from a fight, and disengage. Co- Correct. So I'm a little concerned at how Useless Car is going to handle that type of mad pressure and if they're going to crumble under it. So what? So this is the first of this is the best of two match. So stay tuned, folks. This isn't our only match. We got another one of the same team coming at you. So strap in tight. There's gonna be some good League of Legends. I can't wait for it to get started. Yes, you, hard. But have you ever taken Akali into Aloai? Is that a good match for her? I'm right, r- right. Well, the her mini rework has given her a lot of little nuance changes. I wonder if Icky from FF is familiar, FF15 is familiar with these changes. If these changes will affect him, if he's going to be able to play the character the same, or has he played her as much since the rework happened? That's something I'm concerned with. But it's refreshing to see Galio again, a resurgence of, right? I seen him in LCS a lot at one point, and then he just completely fell off the map. And I've also seen him in support roles a couple of times, but never present in the mid lane. So that's also good to see a good representation of different champions. Right. Well, he was open, and that's a good point. He's open. He's not banned in any way. Maybe his maybe his team didn't believe in the pick. Right. Right. And the best part about that ultimate is it makes him ungankable after six. Because as soon as you come to gank him, he just pulls one of you into the realm, fights you one on one, and then turns around and fight you too, or disengages if he has to. It's really safe in that regard. So enough talking and speculation. So enough talking and speculation. Let's yeah. Uh, it's it seems like there are a lot of flex picks on the side of right, and it just seems like they're flex picking a lot. Like their flex picks are a lot, doing a lot because Aloy just seems to be a flex pick for some reason. It doesn't seem like he's hard committed to this character. All right. All right. Are are you seeing stuff happening? Same here. I'm wondering what's going on here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we're loaded into the rift. There we go. As we load into the rift, let's get started. All right. This is going to be fun. All right. So, invade chances. Let's talk about, we didn't get to talk about that. What the chances of an early invade from either side of these teams? Right. Uh, cor- right. Right. So we're looking at a little dance down river, little river dance. Tom Kent would be proud the way we're dancing in the river. Right. That's that's a good point. That's a very good point. Right. Very popular pick in the meta now today. I wonder how the changes to Soul Reaver is gonna affect Siver's game because she can no longer be dependent on that as much as she used to be. All right, we're getting started with some early pressure in mid. As we going down bottom, we look like we're setting up for a we were setting up for a premature game, but right. And I'm and he got nothing out of being late, and he's got nothing out of it for being late. See, this is Akali's problem. Look at this. She's trying to stop the test your spirit, and that's not a place you want to challenge, right? Which is right now that or is she gonna maybe look to engage? Okay, we're already scrapping, but we look like we're gonna She's going mid. Oh, Galio got caught running for his life. She got his flash, but not his life. So that's good. Is the Mamu gonna take that fight? No, that's not gonna. Oh, as Vi chases him down, chasing him down. He's got two more shots to live. Galio safely helped him get away, and barely gets away. Oh my! So much early fighting. Love it. Love the bloodthirst. Correct, but she mostly did it to poke. She It's really hard to sometimes get that poke off where you safely, but you gotta especially. Oh wow, a flash in from Rakan takes the first blood down bottom. That was a great flash. And we got to fight up top. Akali is getting the best of this Aloy. She's running for her life and barely makes it under her tower, but she's safe for now. Oh, yep. Well, look like it's gonna be a fight for Scuttle. Why is he still level 2? He needs right. He needs to take some time to catch up. If Vi catches him out, that's gonna be very dangerous. This Aloy playing a very dangerous game up top, taking his spirit. All, all right. Maybe this will help even things out. But that's all for now. But let's talk about mid where nothing much is happening. See, I think this is why they picked Galio because they want to stop her from getting fed early. Right. And that's crazy because that's where our gold differential is coming from. The fact that our jungle is behind for FF15, but hopefully they can pick it up in the mid game. But though he's behind, they're not making enough big deal out of it. Vi's not trying to catch him out, trying to catch him and make him pay for that mistake. Th- But she has to dodge her ult. That's the thing. And, and she hasn't been doing very well about it, about dodging the test of spirit either. Well, except for that time. That time she did really well. As a as Mamu starts blue, bottom is pretty stable, and Alawi goes back. That's a good call. Good call. Get out of there. Get your life back. Come back. Come back healthy. I'm coming in for a gank. Coming in for a gank. He can totally get. Wait, what? What? Oh my God, that could have been played so much better. Amamu, yes, he should have went in, forced her to use the shield on Amamu, so that Rakan pop up would have worked. But instead, Amamu backs off for some reason, and we got a little scrap for Vision, and Rakan walks away with a chunk of health missing. Yeah, and that's a very good point because we're seeing that it's not FF, and they and this is what I mean. Finally trying to catch him out. He's running for his life, running through the jungle. But here comes Galio to come save him. But is he fast? And he wasn't fast enough to save his life. Vi takes her first kill of the game. That's the first time she caught him out. But he's still not caught up. This is the danger of having your jungle behind. Now he's not there to help you with some of these critical moments, and he's actually going to be the falling grace for the FF15 team. He's so far behind. He's going to need time to catch up. And bot engages, jumps in, jumps out, and that's a fair trade. That's fair. That's a nice little damage. That's a fair trade. I'll take that. I'm not because and that's what's so dangerous about that lane with Sivir being such a big damage carry. Oh, and Kali went in on a low eye but backed out. That cloud paying dividends for her because Alawi can't see through it, so she doesn't know where to throw her next skill, and she's having to wait and taking damage from Alawi from Akali. Yes, adjusting, and he runs in. Oh, she got caught behind him in the lines. Oh, Akali takes the kill and turns that around with the quickness. Wow. Now they're pulling ahead. These are the small micro. These are the small micros that are missing from Team FF15. Someone needs to be with Amamu in the jungle, give him some help so he can catch up and be an actual threat in this game. Because they're ahead. They were ahead at one point. If someone was there to help him get his jungle off, and I think they'd have had a better time. But here comes Valiant and gang down. Rakan runs out, but leaves Rakan gonna get run back in. Rakan's gonna fall. Zaya's gonna run and barely escapes with her life. Small bit of health. Are they gonna dive her? No, she's going back. She's not gonna take. Oh no, but she stopped the recall. They're definitely gonna dive her. She freezes him in place, gets the kill, and they get out. Useless car just running rampant around them. A level 5 versus a level 8, but can't do much because you're so far behind. This is how. Wow. It's a really hard feeling. You're watching your team go through it, but you cannot help them. Oh, wow. She may have gotten a kill, but that don't mean she's out of the doghouse yet. Although I can still, but where this team is gonna fall, where this team is gonna fall short is gonna be the jungler. FF15 is gonna fall short in the jungling side because I think he thought there was gonna be a fight. Runs out, runs in. Akali tries to go for it, moving around in the shroud, and Alawi wants nothing to do with it. Get out and show yourself, you coward. And there you go. Alawi jumps in. The tentacle strikes really slow. Oh, and it goes in. But look at, he's topside. So the point is, you need to force her to use a shroud now. Oh my God! Now do it, Amamu. Go in. Yes, this is what I mean. You're not taking the risk. She's diving and she got the kill. Give me my kill back. You're not strong enough to take me down on your own. But Amamu needed that assist. He needed that to help him get in the game. He is so far behind. I see him being the Achilles heel for this team. That's why you have to preserve those. And Rakan goes in. Oh, but this looks like it got turned around quickly. Zaya running for her life, but takes her out. What is that damage? And can I get some? Sivir life disappeared. And all she built was an Essence Reaver. Amamu getting bounced back by Alti. Galio comes down, but he's walking into three. Galio flashes out, but Vi's right on his tail, chasing him down. And Vi gets the kill. That's another one down. Useless car running away with this game. Again, dropped out really early, but she can't see her inside this route, and she's running around making the best use of that route it can. And now her ult is down. That's dangerous. Akali goes in, but she does not. She doesn't see Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia coming up. This, ignite, burning her down slowly, and Akali takes the kill. Useless car. Seems like they have a better team cohesion. I was worried about this team during draft. Worried about them. And now look at them. They're playing around the map better than the team with two teleports. They're playing around the team better with two teleports and a Galio ult. This is insane to watch this team struggle so hard against a team that they should be able to outclass. But useless car doesn't let him back. Soraka popped up as he runs for her life. Uses her heel, gets out, but Vi's on the scene, coming in to even the score. Zaya running for her life, jumps up. Shiver, Amamu comes down to help, but Vi's on a rampage, and now he's turned her sights to Amumu as Akali teleports down. Amumu running for her life. Another teleport comes in from it. And it's Alawi coming down, but it's not going to get anything done. She's going to run into four. She can't seem to get it done, and it's all over as Akali takes another kill. Rakan barely escaping with his life, and the rest of the team scatter. Another win for useless Car. The the problem is, and again, we said this at the beginning, your problem is that Amamu is not present. He's not present. Every time these fights go down, Vi present. She's there. She makes an impact. Amamu is either A, too afraid to make an impact, or B, when he does make an impact, it's so minuscule, it does not matter. When he does have the chances to make these impacts, he's now second guessing himself. And you can see it with the move up top, where he didn't go in when he clearly had a dive. But because of his hesitation, Useless Car is running away from this. Running away with this. Cassiopeia is not burning down that Galio at all. But Galio isn't going to be our end-all be-all here. It's definitely going to be... But the roams he has made has been absolutely decimal, because when he sees something goes down, he casts, but his team dies so fast. When he gets there, he's all alone. Oh, that spirit was too soon. Akali goes in. But she gets out, running. She's running right in between. Akali can't get on her feet as Akali knocks her down again. Aloy, what is going on up there? She was doing great. And now Akali seemed to have fought her footing because she's popping ult too early. She's not saving that once the shroud. You have to wait. And he's dead. He's dead. So Galio's flexing up. But that doesn't mean anything because she's not going for Galio. She's going to go for Amamu and leave Galio on his own. Oh no, they're going to flex right in the mid. See? Now you're up there taking the top pressure. They're going to go ahead and form mid pressure. Bottom is also taking bottom pressure. There's so much pressure on the map. FF15 can't seem to get their foot. They can't seem to gain their footing to where they can actually get something done. 2 towers in less than 30 seconds. This is starting to get bad for FF15. And when you're referring to they, are you okay, Akali? So FF15. Yeah. The better, so they can see the team come. Yeah. So they're gonna have to pick people out in order to get this back on track. But then I do notice a distinct lack of vision on the part of the red. I see 2 wards. Max. Either Useless Car is very good at killing their wards. They've taken Dragon twice without contest, and that's because they don't see it happening. Vi Going in, not scared of Zaya at all. Zaya ults, gets out, Fire flashes out, but now leaving Sivir to clean up. No, Vibe back in. Rakan dies too. There's nothing that F15 can do to salvage their team. They're done. Their saving grace was their bot lane. Saving grace. And they can no longer play around that. And Amamu was getting bullied. Bullied. By everybody. First it was Sivir throwing stuff at him. All right, so FF15 is taking its first turret, but we've got a 6,000 plus gold lead on the side of Useless Car. And even if they do get down to the team fighting tactic part of it, how far behind are they going to be, and how many good team fights are they going to have to get back in this? Right. Trying to melt him. He flashes away. They're scattering for what little vision they can have. But again, Useless Car clearing it out as fast as they get it. They don't want them to see nothing. I see, said the blind man, but not FF15. You can't see anything. Vi going on top. Amumu running in trouble. Alawi goes down. Galio comes in. And FF15 showing their first signs of life in the mid lane. So this that right. And Vi stops Galio from teleporting back. I don't understand that one. What were you going to do there? I think she was hoping for the rest of the team to get overzealous and come fight. Right. So he wasted his TP. No, not at all. They're gonna have to form. They're gonna have to form a pressure and make them 5-on-5 them. But why did he back, leaving Rakan all on his own? Oh wait, nope. There's Alawi and Zaya to come help. But it's 4v3. They're coming down, but how fast can they push in? Zaya keeping them at bay, throwing weapons out, but they look like they're not playing. They're gonna take this tower, dodging. But look at Akali. That's another piece of pressure for them. They can't fully initiate because if they do, they run the risk of losing it and Akali running through their base. Right. That's true. They can't. They can't even move inside of their own. All right, we're starting to fight. They see Zaya. Zaya walked up way too close and got picked out. Their damage is gone. Now Rakan getting engaged on. Getting engaged on. And they get wiped from the face of the earth. All because Zaya stepped one step too close. Zaya, baby, honey, You belong in the back. I'm not saying that you need to stay back there, but stay back there. You step, she stepped one, right? But she stepped one step too close, and Vi was on her. The second she stepped one step too close, Vi ripped her apart quickly. But no, why are they disengaging? Are they disengaging from? Oh, okay. About about there, about there. No, that was that's so. This whole game fell apart in the early game, and we talked about this. If they get too far early game, it's going to be hard for Team FF15 to come back in it because they don't have that power. Their draft wasn't made for that power in mind. They're a team fight draft, but now they're so neutered they can't team fight. Not without getting wiped out of the face of the map. And wherever they go to get pressure, guess what? They're right there. They're right there to counteract that pressure. Pressure top, they're doing pressure mid. They're doing pressure mid, they have a pressure top. Now you have to split your team to deal with it. And none of your team is able to split off on their own to go deal with it. This game is getting worse for Team FF15 by the minute. So at this point of the game, what do? Do they hope to get a pick out? Do they fight for Baron? Do they wait for Bay to Baron fight, take Baron, and change this whole thing around? We don't know, but right now it's looking really, really one-sided. The vision, the vision for Useless Car is playing the biggest part in this match, the biggest, because they have so much vision. Team FF15 cannot move around without Useless Car knowing where they are. They can't get the element of surprise, which is what they need to pick somebody off. They can't do it. There's so much vision. Now, how different would this matchup be if Team FF15 went with a different late game champ? Because I feel like they have just too much tank on their side. Now they can't effectively move around the match. Right. And as they get into the late game, those power twos are only going to be more and more prevalent. And like I said, it's getting but pay attention. The goal lead is actually getting smaller. It was 9, almost 10K. Now it's going down to 8. The longer that Useless Car takes to end this, they're giving them a chance to come back. Because at this point, if FF15 comes back, it's all because of this right here. They're looking for a Kali. They see her. They see her. They're trying to pick her off, but like always, they see where they're going. Rakan decides to take the fight. Galio dives in. Now we are moving to the side. Galio, but they're getting melted. Their front line getting melted. Akali, Alawi Guardian Akali goes back in. Rip and Vi comes down to make sure he gets finished. That was a fight that did not need to be taken. If if you're going to disengage And he dies under his tower so fast that the tower shot didn't even register. Jesus. That's true. But I get that. But it's so fast. When you see Zaya on their side, you see her come out to throw it. This time she wasn't mispositioned. Only thing that happened, Vi saw her. There's no one that can stop her. She just went in and destroyed her. There's no one on the team FF that can stop her from doing it. There's no one peeling. You can't peel Vi off of her. If she wants her dead, she's dead. And that's what I see happening in these fights. Now, the first time Zaya got picked out, she walked out up front and got beaten. Every other time since, she's been in the back, in her spot, in her position, and Vi goes and picks her right off. But that's what I'm seeing. Oh, and Aloy takes a spirit, but they can't even stay to get nothing off of the spirit. Do you see this? She pulled her spirit and they can't even stay. And once again, just wiping their vision out. We're allowed to know where you are. You're not allowed to know where we are. And that's the game we're playing here. Now, Akali's down bottom. They're all five there. If Amamu wasn't doing chickens or whatever he's doing in there, he's not doing chickens. He's just standing there. But yes, that one should have. But here's where what we were talking about earlier in the beginning of the match. They don't have a safe initiation tool. They have Viso, and that's it. There's no safe initiation tool. It is very you can't see anything. Like if you move to the red team's Fog of War, this is this is abysmal. This is what red has won. Blue been clearing, but I can see so much more on blue than I can in red. Right. Uh, Alawi trying to initiate. Find get to Kali. They're taking a spirit, but they're not gonna initiate on it. They're gonna back out. Useless car. I need you to go for turret. I need you to go for Baron. I need you to force the fight and end this. Oh, Aloha, I got caught out, but they pulled the spirit. Amamu finally goes in. They're stunned. Oh my God, what a fight, God. Rakan gets wiped out. Zaya barely escaping with her life. Vi wants you dead, but oh my God. She gets over the wall. Vi is running for her life. Aloe they're finally getting some foot on their ground. As Vi getting chased by the spirit. Amamu chains her down, but backs out. That fight went. Now, that should give you some clue. If you could get around them and pull them like you've done that, you could win these fights. This game isn't unwinnable for FF15. It's just really, really tough. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. Right. They could take that. Fight. Take that fight. Y'all need to be much more decisive. Yeah, but I'm so take that fight though. If I was FF15, no, they're not going for Baron. They're going for the fight. Apparently not. Baron is Baron because everybody's leaving it alone. See, a lot of teams are afraid of Baron because they see these replays of teams that go for Baron and then lose the whole game off of Baron, off of a good Baron fight. But this team isn't even a threat. Why did they wait? Vi got caught out. Vi's running. She has to retreat. FF15, this was your moment. They got on Soraka, but they backed off. Akali, pull. Oloi, pull. They're still trying to. They're trying to pick them down, pick them apart a little bit by a little bit. And FF15 backs off. That team fight was so uncoordinated. I, I I'm upset that you have a perfect team comp for team fighting. Perfect. So you had Soraka. Everyone focus, knock her down. If this team would focus all on one single target, they could knock a single target down. And start gaining advantages in these team fights. That's your advantage. You're a team fight team. Team fight. But they have taken none of these team fights so far. And it's concerning. And it's mostly because they got behind early and now they don't feel confident to take these fights when they have advantages. And their advantage is useless car is either playing with their food or they don't know how far ahead they are. Finally starting Baron after 40 minutes, coming up on 40 minutes. Vi, now they're looking to end the game. That's true. And this team had everything going for it. And the sad part is they still do. Akali, why are you not? I don't agree with running it up mid like this. I see what they're trying to do, putting pressure on different side of the maps, but you're so much bigger than FF15. You're so much bigger. Like, yes, just bully. Did you see that? Where did Zaya Health go? It's like, where's Carmen San Diego for her health? There you go. And the FF15, Vi, caught behind enemy lines. FF15 looking to take her life. Zayas takes her down, and that shutdown goal was huge. Okay, Zimmer's still alive, and this looks like this is where they're gonna take it to the end. And while this was happening, Akali got another kill. Rakan jumps in, but doesn't understand that Simmer can pop on. Skimmer is not scared of his pop up, and that's the end of this game. This game took a lot longer than it should have. So, in this game, we're looking at two different things. Okay? Two different things happened during this game. One, they stalled. Let's just face it. They stalled. They stalled badly. So, Useless Car could have ended that game way earlier. You agree? Okay. So, with that, Team FF did not take advantage of the fights where they had number advantage. They were a team fighting team that was scared to team fight. Now, this all stems from what you said earlier. Amamu and the Vi. It wasn't even the matchup that got Amamu. It was the fact that he was so behind. When Vi was 6, he was 3. When Vi was 7, he was 4. He never caught up. He never caught up. And it cost his team. While Vi was making a complete presence across the map, and the damage tells the tale. The damage on the side of Yusa's car tells the entire tale. Of course, Sivir with the most damage on either team, with Zaya as a close second. But the difference in between jugglers is staggering. 8,600 to 19,834. That is less than half. You either need to A, get a jungle that you're more confident on, get one that you won't fall behind on, or B, if you see that your jungler is behind, flex somebody up to help him, to cover him. Vi bullied him once. Once. That should have been an even fight. But let's see what they do in game 2. Going up. Righty? All righty. Again, always good to see you, TSM Luffy. I'll see you later. All righty? All right. As we get set for the second game, I want to keep in mind what happened during the first game. Amamu was the Achilles heel of that team. He was supposed to initiate those team fights and get their team going in that direction, in the right direction. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it because he wasn't able. He wasn't able. He was never in a position to help his team get ahead. And his team paid severely for it. Hopefully, they get him on the jungler that he's more comfortable with. He gets more comfortable jungling. Maybe that was a game where he got shook the rust off. That's okay. But what he needs to do is get the last game out of his mind and get on to a champion that he can be comfortable with. He didn't look comfortable there. He made some plays. He didn't even look comfortable diving a clear opponent that he was supposed to dive. We need him on somebody he's more comfortable with. I'll see you guys in game 2. All right, we're starting with picks and bans of game two. Unfortunately, TSM Luffy had to leave us, but it's okay. I'll be holding this down all on my own. Vel'Koz is the first to go, as well as Jarvan the fourth. Both strong picks in the meta right now, especially jumping forward. He's really strong early jungle. And of course, they're going to get rid of that Akali. That was such a pain last game. Hopefully, with her gone, they can get some footing up top. Katarina gone, which is a normal pick for the our team over here for our useless card. Vi gone, another staple in their team meta last game. Tom Kent's gone. Tom Kent's gone. It seems like Team FF15 really believes in their fighting ability because they're banning the exact same things. Useless Car is banning the exact same things. So now we got Renekton, who's a monster early game. Monster early game and into the late game. Sejuani coming out. Now we're getting closer to that meta jungler we need. So we got Graves as a jungler. Galio again will grace his presence in the mid lane. While Cassiopeia is again the answer. Going back to bans, this seems like we're going a little bit toward the same that we did last game. Garen gone again. No surprise there. Maybe Yasuo to answer. Maybe Galio top to answer Renekton. Teemo gone. Teemo a very good one to take. Alawi gone. Didn't do much damage in the last game, but I can understand why they want her gone. Lee Sin, very staple in the meta. You don't want him to get too fed. But there's that Sivir that gave them so many problems in the last game. And it's still here. But now they're picking the Caitlyn, another strong pick for the meta. And I'm not sure exactly how good that matchup is. But the Lux pick, that is what I needed to see. Lux and Caitlyn, this is a very good pick. Hold them down, shoot them. That's a very good pick, especially if they're going the Aftershock Lux. So now Sivir can't just mow her down. That's a good thing. So our mid lane is going to be the exact same mid lane from the first game. But our changes in top lane and jungle are substantial. With Graves being the new jungle for Team FF15. But not to be outdone, Useless Car going with Sejuani for their jungler. Sejuani and the Graves, I want to say that Sejuani would have the advantage there. But he does have more CC. But we'll see how this turns out as we get ready to load into the Rift. Now, last game, what was so frightening about Team FF is that when they did have FFF15, is when they did have the advantages, they didn't press them. They didn't press any advantage that they had. Sometimes they have the number advantage and they didn't go for it. Sometimes they had an advantage of where they were on the map versus the pressure that they wanted to put out and they didn't act on it. Hopefully, they get their feet under them this time. Don't be scared to fight when you think you have the advantage. Press it. Now, as for Useless Car, there's not much I have to say to them. They balanced themselves out really well, keeping what worked and adding some tanks to make that engage easier. So last time they had a trouble closing the game out, and that's because they didn't have a proper engage. Without a proper engage, you're going to end up in the point where you want to take the enemy team out, but you don't want to risk your damage champions to take out one of them to start the fight. So now you have Sejuani and Renekton to fulfill that role. And Renekton is both tanky and high damage. So what is going to happen? Are they going to close the game out faster? Or is finally FFF15 finally going to show that this is a team and they can move across the map like they're supposed to? Now, another thing I want to note is that, again, Team FFF15 has 2 teleports. Hopefully, they come into play this time because they had 2 teleports in the last game and they came into play a couple of times, but never in a substantial way. Hopefully, they play across the map pressure that they have and start using Galio to get that map pressure. There's no reason for you to sit in the mid. You can move around. Make sure you understand that. You can move. Help your bottom if they start falling behind. But hopefully, that doesn't happen. They get their footing and they can come out on top of this game. But it's anybody's game as we get ready to load into the Rift. All right, we're set to get started as we load into the Rift. Waiting for things to get started here. Hopefully we have a much closer game than we had last time. I like to see teams slug it out. If you're wondering what happened to TSM Luffy, he had things he needed to do today, and hopefully, hopefully he's okay and everything's good. But I'll be commentating this one all on my own. It's okay. I'm a big boy. I can do this. All right, we've loaded into the Rift, and let's get ready to go. Now, invades. Very unlikely. Both teams didn't invade last game. There was a little poking down in the mid in the river, but nothing major. And it looks like we're gonna go the same route again. This time catching her out, Sever getting caught out, and chunking a bit from all three. Early game damage is ridiculous on that champion. I would say nerfer, but you know we don't like that word. We only do buffs. So buff everybody else. I'm really interested in the bottom lane. They Team Reckless Car believes in their bottom lane. They didn't switch a thing. They didn't switch anything from the first game. While we now have a whole different bottom lane from Team FF15. Hopefully that makes all of the difference. As we get as our first early game wasn't full of invades, we did good. So let's get started. FF15 actually picking Yasuo in the top lane to deal with Renekton. And again, it's very good at clearing out wards. Very good at clearing out pressure. Seem to be very stable. Now that's what I like about the Caitlyn pick versus our Sivir. She can poke from a distance. Oh, but she got a little too close. As Sivir's gonna chuck some. But the top lane is full of mobilities and fighting. As Sivir walks out with her spell shield. Her spell shield's down. Yasuo doing a good job at poking and getting in and out and not letting Renekton just automatically get started. I like the way he's not letting Renekton just get to him. Soraka gets her safe poke and runs away. And spell shield the spell. Nice use. Because she's used her spell shield on her Q, she didn't have it prepared for a W. These are the little micro plays that are gonna make sense later. Yasuo throwing the win and getting the best of Renekton. Renekton losing chunks of health. Looks like our top laner still has his health about him. He's looking really, really healthy up top. but not for long. He doesn't see Sejuani coming. Renekton starts the fight. Yasuo confident. And while we're looking at top, Yasuo flashes, tries to run away, but it's going to be too late as Sejuani takes the kill. Top lane again falling. Bottom lane falling as well, but on the side of useless car. 1-for-1 so far in the early game. Now let's pay attention to how that went down. Again, the importance of vision. Yasuo couldn't see. Now, even if Yasuo couldn't see that, that he couldn't see Sejuani coming up to him, he should have known something was up. Renekton decided to fight at that point. Oh, wow, Caitlyn tapping, doing a grip of damage, but Soraka is going to heal that right back up. That's the danger of a Soraka support lane. She just heals her back up so fast. You can't chunk her down. While you're trying to poke her, the sustain is just way too ridiculous when it comes to Soraka. Yasuo seemed to have learned his lesson, warding this time, but still playing a little bit more forward than I'd like him to be. But that's okay. If you feel like you're confident, go ahead and do it. Graves hasn't made a move yet. Still farming up, still farming up. And a big difference from the last game. Huge difference. He's now 4. Sejuani is now 4 as well. So they're about even this time. Hopefully he can make a presence in this game much more than he did last game. A little bit tick for tack, but this game's looking a lot closer for FF15 than last game. Renekton going in with the stun, but now it's time to turn out, and Yasuo runs off. Sejuani spotted down bot. Bot backs out. Good spot. This is what vision is. Vision is seeing these things coming and reacting to them properly. Yasuo just dashing through the minions, and Renekton scared to walk forward, missing out creep waves and creep score. Yasuo effectively trying to push him out of lane. Yasuo really pushing him out of lane, forcing him to come in and get that farm. He's hovering around it and takes harass. Oh, wow, but Renekton, Galio comes in. They want this gank. He got nowhere to go. Ult falls. Yasuo backs up and gets the kill. Renekton goes down to the 3-man gank. That's what I'm talking about. Confidence. And Sivir blocking it, saving her Soraka. This looks like a totally different team. Galio finally moving around, making plays across the map. This is what I wanted to see from this team in the first game. They're making moves. They're not just letting them collapse on them. They're making moves. I like that. They have all of the pressure and advantage to make these moves. Make them regret not taking teleport, and you're doing that. What an amazing play up top. Now Team Reckless Car is going to have to find a different way to get into this game, as they're poised to take the first dragon of the game. It's a cloud dragon, so a little bit more movement speed out of fighting. Not bad dragon, but it's just something you just wish you were there to contest. Graves finally making his first appearance outside the jungle, and now Yasuo returns to lane. Renekton instantly wants to fight. Like, come on, bro, you're gonna have to see me for that jump. I love the way Galio's playing, just keeping her interested, but not enough to show that he's at risk. Just enough. Yasuo goes in, gets done by Renekton, and has to get out. Misses the whirlwind shot, having to run for his life. Luckily, Sejuani is not close. Galio making his way up. And there's too many near. It's real close. Galio making his way back down the mid, leaving Yasuo on his own. This time the mid reacts, sees him going because he's not used to him leaving and moving around. Now he sees it, he reacts to it. That's good from Reckless Car. That's good. You see your lane gone, try to move up there. You might not get there in time, but at least you made a move. Now Sejuani looking to get in on this Galio, but Galio says, no, thank you. I decided I'm gonna take dinner at home. You young ladies can't do nothing for me tonight. Once again, the fight over Vision is staggering. Lux throwing out a plethora of spells to try to catch the bottom lane. Now, the bottom lane is looking a lot different than the first game. By this time in the first game, they had kills, they were dominant. Stunned, Renekton going for it and backs out. And Graves with his first gank, successful to get a flash. Bottom stunned, bomb. Soraka taking some damage, but I'm pretty sure she's going to heal that up. Now you see FF15 actually making moves. They're not just standing there and taking it. They're making moves, and I like it. I like it. Renekton using his early game advantage to try to bully Yasuo out of lane now that he's got priority. Now, what I'd like to see is the reverse from Yasuo. I'd like to see Yasuo, using her ult to stun, but are they going to get close enough? Oh, they got to get close enough as Cassiopeia uses her ult to put them in stun, and that's 2 down bottom for a Reckless Car. The 4-man gank down bottom coming up clean. Came up really clean. Ulted, I don't care if you stop me. My only job is to get the ult off. It took 2 ults, but they went down. Again, all right, as we have another gank up top from Graves, giving more and more presses. He ults, gets him under tower. He's running. 2 more. He's going to take another tower shot as Graves flashes in, shooting him up. Is he going to survive? He barely makes it out as Graves takes him down. That tower dive was risky, but worth it. And as Sivir and them take their tower, they're taking some good plates, and they're going to go home. Welcome to the cookout. I'm just taking plates so I can go home. Getting stunned. We finally got some action in the mid lane, but not much, as Cassiopeia is trying to borrow him down, but he's just way too tanky. Sejuani was close. He just completely backed out. Now, he did good damage to Cassiopeia, so he's not afraid of her. It's just she was way too close. So good job backing out. Good job knowing not to take that fight. But I'm getting concerned for Yasuo. I'm getting concerned for Yasuo because how badly this Renekton is attacking. How relentless this Renekton attack is. But what I'm going to give him credit for is he's not giving up as many base kills, which is what they need to do. They need to keep the kill low so they can go for fights in the late game. Graves backing him up. Graves having so much more presence than Amamu last game. That is another big thing that's happening in this game. Amamu actually has presence. He's actually present. He's doing things. He's influencing the map. Sejuani back down bot. Said, let's go for a repeat. And Soraka goes down. Caitlyn goes down. Reckless Car is just using the bot lane to take this game into overtime. Renekton going after Graves, but is Yasuo too late? Using R. He's running away. Yasuo's trying to save Graves. Graves getting out of there. Graves, just run, bro. Oh no! Renekton fighting. Graves goes back in. Blasts his ult, and both of them gets away. But on the other side of the map, Reckless Car taking Dragon. They pressure top. They're going to give up the bottom objective. They got the bottom objective. They're going to the top. Reckless Car moving around so well for a team that does not have teleport. It is insane how fast they move around. Cassiopeia far ahead of farm. So now the farm differential starts coming into play. Wow. So now they're starting to go behind in farm. Now they're starting to get behind in farm in all aspects of the game. Galio's behind. Yasuo's behind. Graves is behind. The only person is ahead for Team FF is Caitlyn as far as farm. And the gold differential shows it. That 3K gold is spread pretty evenly. This Yasuo now in trouble. That excellent moving around that we seen at the beginning of the game is now gone for FF. Can they now understand that they're under pressure, relax, calm down, and get back to the movement that they had at the beginning of the game? We saw them move around, put pressure in different places. They can still do that. They still have the tools. They still have the wherewithal. They can get that done. But now, down bot! That was a bad trade standing in that Soraka silence. Yasuo can't fight the Renekton one-on-one. And Sejuani looking to make this lead even worse. No one said that this game is not close. It's close. What FF15 got to do now is recenter themselves. Get that synergy that they had at the beginning where they were going around making plays. Now they're stopping to make plays. That's the problem. They're not looking for plays. They're not looking to relieve at least one lane. Galio needs to look to relieve a lane. Graves going in, but getting nothing done. Getting nothing done down bottom. They're backing out completely. They're just 100% backing out. What's going on here is that this team isn't running around him. They're reacting correctly to whatever Team FF15 does. If they go for a top gank, they go for a bottom gank. Whatever they do, they're just reacting to it correctly. And the dive, as they go down, they're not going to respect your turn all your life. Yasuo goes down. This is what I mean. They now have the engage that they didn't have in the last game. This team is going to start running. And now, Rift Herald at the top. Top is going down. Top is going down. And the map is opening up. That pressure. And they made not enough use out of the pressure of both of those TPs. The insane thought process. And we've had some issues. and it's the mid laner. It's the mid laner of Team Useless Car. Really wish they would have named their team 2-ton paperweight. Really wish they would have named it that. They've disconnected. The game's paused and will resume and we'll resume. Now, while we're paused, let's talk about this. They're not that far behind. It looks bad for Team FF at 15. Looks bad. It looks that way. It does. But look at how little kills they have. Renekton don't have as many kills as it seems. Sejuani has all the kills. Cassiopeia has 2 kills. And look where they're putting their kills. They're putting their kills in the right place. This is the difference. They're putting their team. We're resuming. They're putting their kills in the right place, and it's paying off for them. As we load back into the game and get everything started, I'm concerned. Very concerned about the way this is going for Team FF 15. They need to get it together. They need someone on that team communicating, saying, "Hey, look, our early game wasn't as bad as last game. We can definitely bring this back." Fighting over blue ain't gonna do it, buddy. Now they're rotating in groups of 2. FF at 15 needs to come up with something. They need to come up with a pick. They need to come up with a play. They need to do something to get into this game. Otherwise, we're going to have a repeat of last game. And again, look, this is the difference. They now haven't engaged, and Galio stuck as Cassiopeia melts him down. And they just walked into the bush and got ambushed. Caitlyn, totally unaware that this is happening. Silver decides to just go in on her. And Caitlyn shuts her down. Caitlyn saying, "I'm not weak yet." Oh my! Soraka running for her life after getting ulted on. Can switch on L. It says when he flashes. Caitlyn over the wall, shooting her as much as she can, but she's just way too tanky to take down in a few hits, and she's out of there with Soraka's life. And it's over. Lux goes down. And you gotta feel the anguish of Team FF. They just feel like they can't get their foot down or onto the ground. Every time they try to make a move in some way, shape, or form, Useless Car punishes them for it. Every time they try to make a play, they get punished. They have the proper reads on what to punish and when. And it feels like FF cannot get their foot down. But they're going to have to find a way to do it because they have a whole game to play. Sejuani dashes on the Graves. Graves fighting for his life. Sejuani stuns him, and that's game as he takes down Grave. Sejuani unstoppable. The TP comes in, but it's way too late. As he escapes with her life, the whole team is present. And Lord, Lux, did you build Aftershock? Is that a part of your build? Why did you lose health like that? Oh, it gets done. Lux, ult. Can they take down Sivir? And the Caitlyn ult takes down Sivir. This is what I mean. They're not letting it defeat. Oh, it says 20 ult on the Caitlyn. Why are you so far forward? Oh my God. You are so far forward. You have tanks. Please let them check bushes for you. You're a lady. You should be opening your own doors. Oh my God. Caitlyn walked in that bush and got deleted. Renekton not respecting any of their space. Jumping in. Galio gets done. And Galio, they're shredding Galio like he's not a tank. Soraka healing them up. And they're going for the turret. Going for the turret. And the turret will be taken down as they escape with their lives. That's 3 turrets to 0. As Useless Car running away with another one. This is insane to watch. They were doing so good in the early game and then stopped doing those roams when Yasuo needed it the most. Again, he got picked into a counter. That's always really bad for you. It's always really bad when you get picked into a counter. It's really tough. But that's what your teammates is there for, to help you through those tough times. Thank you for being a friend. Please lean on me. That's what the team is for. He got help at the beginning, but somehow the help stopped for a reason or unknowns to me, because I'm not on the team. But unbeknownst to me, the help just stopped. Galio didn't go up top anymore, and maybe it's because he started losing his own lane. He started seeing that his minions wasn't up with hers, but you were making pressure across the map. You sacrificed minions to give pressure. Make her move. You have to make her get out of lane. Cassiopeia will sit there and farm because you are there. There's no reason for her to move. But because the ganking stopped, Renekton got so far ahead that Yasuo could not keep up. In my humble opinion. In my very, very humble opinion. So now we're calming down. Now, the goal lead is 7,000. That's make upable. You can make that up. You can make that up. But what you have to do is center yourself. You need to calm your team. Calm your team. Get them to understand that, look, we can win this. We just got to pick better fights. Caitlyn, you cannot check bushes. That's not your job, baby. That's not your job. That is not your job at all. Your job is to shoot from behind. I mean, did you get the HR paperwork? Do you know your job? Oh! And FF15 trying to steal it. Snipes the rocket from over the legs. Saswani in trouble as they shoot her. But they're not giving it up for nothing. And Caitlyn's shots are down. Team FF is not going down quietly as they now taking a fight. Boom! And takes another one down. They might have got Dragon, but Caitlyn got the triple kill. And they're looking for more. And they take out Cassiopeia. And that's the ace on the team. That's what I'm talking about. That's making this game close. That's what I'm talking about. Don't give in because you're losing. Get your footing together and put it on the gas. Don't break, just go. And Team FF15 is ready to go as they start the Baron. That's what makes exciting League of Legends. A team that's not willing to lay down. They are losing, they're down, but they're not out. Keep fighting, you got this. That makes exciting League of Legends. It took them a little bit longer to take down Baron than they thought. Galio teleported. He's into the game. It's fine. But I think they're staying too long. Oh my God! And Sejuani steals the Baron buff. Thanks for the leash, guys. I really appreciate it. Now, I feel you. I understand. You're riding high from your ace. You're riding high from your ace. Your problem was Baron was not a good idea. You need to take down some of these turrets. That would have been a better use of your time. You can't just instantly melt Baron. You can't instantly melt Baron. You gave them too much time to get there, set up, and get a steal on you. That was a bad call, but it's okay. You can still get back from it. Now, what I'm going to suggest for the team Useless Car is to push this lead. Last time they set on this lead way longer than they had to. But I don't suggest doing that this time. Because this time, FF15 look like they're ready to fight. They're ready to play. They're not sitting there and taking it. They're ready to fight. Caitlyn gets off a couple shots and is melting. Oh, but Soraka takes her down. Soraka? Good job. That was good. Good job, Soraka said, no. You stop right there. Now, Useless Car got their foot on the gas, forcing them to split up and deal with this multiple lane pressure. And they have to deal with it. Because of that Baron call, they have to deal with it. The Baron call was the Baron of their... Oh, and Yasuo flashes in, thinking he can take Cassiopeia. Graves comes down to help to make sure he secures the kill. She can't see, but Sejuani comes up behind her, misses her ult. But he walks into the ult and gets killed by Sejuani ult, leaving Graves by himself to die. That dash in between to get cucked by Sejuani's ult spelled the end of his doom and the end of his tower. You didn't need to fight there. You just needed to protect. You got to know when to take your foot off the gas a little bit. You were too timid last time. You got to find a balance. You can't be overly fighted. You can't overfight. You can't underfight. You got to fight at the right time. But this time, Team Useless Car is not waiting around to get this W. They're trying to end it early. As they destroy another inhibitor. Boo! Useless Car's minions filling the base. And Caitlyn trying to defend with all her life. Renekton turns on ult and says, let's melt them. Fight the last fight for their lives. But it's too late. The Nexus goes down and Useless Car takes this victory. Okay. This game, compared to the last game, is so much better from FF at 15. You guys lost, but you found your footing. You found it. The problem is you made one bad call. It's okay. We all make bad calls. It happens. It happens from time to time. Your bad call was going for Baron. It shouldn't have been Baron for you guys. With that ace, it should have been towers. Knock down a couple of towers, put pressure on the map, make them, and that gave y'all some gold. Y'all could have started snowballing that lead and then forced another fight. The problem was you went straight from there to Baron without backing and didn't have another fight. That was the problem. You didn't have another fight in you, and you ended up losing it. And shout out to Useless Car, not waiting around this time to get this game over with, knocking this game down in about a whole 19 to 20 minutes earlier than their first game. They had a lead. They knew to press it. They pressed it this time. They got on the gas and left. They weren't even playing around. And I'm guessing it's because of that team fight in the beginning with that they lost, where they got ace. They didn't want anything to do with another team fight from that team. And that was a good call. Very good call. Again, it's all down to one bad call. I hate to see games come down like this. FF15, just keep going. You guys had a very good game. You just had one bad call. One. And it just so happened to cost you the game. That's all. Well, that's going to be our game here. If you like your commentary, my name is XX Howling XX. I'll be commentating a lot of the EDSL League games. I hope you tune into the next one. Thank you, and I'll see you on the Rift.